Hey Rabbits, it's Trixie, and I know that a lot of you watch my videos because they want to learn more or improve their German. Therefore, I often read frustrated comments saying, I love the German language, but it's just too damn hard. And I understand why you may feel this way. Learning German or learning a foreign language in general is extremely difficult, and it requires a lot of discipline. It's a bumpy road with many ups and downs.
I know something else that's bumpy.
Which is why I decided to help you along today, naming 4 very common mistakes foreign speakers make in German and offering some tips how to avoid them. Just by identifying certain patterns and then applying very simple rules, you can quickly, easily and efficiently improve your German skills. As some of you may aware, my boyfriend is from Venezuela. So at home we usually speak English together. Sometimes, however, when we are both in the mood, I also try to teach him some German. Apart from that, there are some non-German patrons exchanging emails in German with me. And working as this teacher figure, I noticed that these very different people have one thing in common. They often make the same kind of mistakes. It's like there are certain obstacles in the German language, some Stolpersteine, that are particularly difficult to overcome. Some booby traps.
You said booby.
That most beginners walk into. Well, you may consider this bad news. Obstacles and traps the German language confronts you with, but the good news is it's actually quite easy to spot them and avoid them. So here are 4 very common beginner mistakes that foreign speakers make in German, how to understand the grammar and patterns behind them, and how to stop making them. Firstly, something that almost every English native speaker gets wrong in the beginning. They try to use what they know as the present progressive tense in German. In English, the present progressive tense implies that something is happening right now, this exact second.
Yeah, look at me. I'm suffering horrendously in this moment.
While simple present means that something is done on a regular basis, but not necessarily right now. I am reading a book means that I am doing this right now. Stop talking to me, I'm busy reading this book. I read, however, is just something that people say to imply that they are super smart. It simply means that reading is a hobby of mine. So when English speakers try to say, I'm reading a book, in German they often say, ich bin lesen ein Buch, applying the same rules that they know from their native language. Now, while the fact that they are able to translate all these components into their correct German equivalents is remarkable, it's unfortunately wrong. The thing is, there is no proper progressive tense in German. I am reading and I read both translate to ich lese. And only the context, or words like gerade, in this case meaning right now, help you differentiate. So now that you know that, whenever you want to say that something is happening right now in German, kick the English present progressive tense out of your brain. We don't have it. It's not there. Error 44, progressive not found. He is reading a book. Er liest ein Buch. You are watching a video. Du guckst ein Video.
I'm crying because this channel sucks balls. Ich weine, weil...
The next mistake... Wait, smoothie break. The next mistake I want to mention is related to German sentence structure. Simple sentences have a subject, a verb, and an object. Der Hase isst eine Karotte. The rabbit eats a carrot. Subject, verb, object. But, you know, even though I sometimes find myself talking to Eric like that, because that increases the likelihood of him actually listening to me, I fetch the car. You get the bags. I lock the door. People usually put more information into their sentences, like where or when something takes place, for example. Der Hase isst heute eine Karotte. The rabbit eats a carrot today. Now, let's say that it's particularly important that the carrot eating happens today. In this case, what would you do? Exactly. You move the time of the event to the beginning of the sentence. Today, the rabbit eats a carrot. That also works in German. However, there's one little thing that you have to remember, because otherwise you'll end up making a very common mistake. In German, if you decide to start a sentence with something else rather than the subject and the verb swap places. Today, the rabbit eats a carrot. Literally, that would be Heute der Hase isst eine Karotte.
But that's incorrect!
Remember, subject, verb, object. But the sentence doesn't start with the subject, which would be der Hase. It starts with heute. So you have to make the subject and the verb swap places. Heute ist der Hase eine Karotte. Heute ist der Hase eine Karotte. It's a simple rule, but trust me. Applying it will take your German skills to a new level. Heute ist der Hase eine Karotte. Eine Karotte ist der Hase. In Deutschland ist es im November sehr kalt. Auf jeden Fall bleibe ich heute zu Hause.
Natürlich habe ich trotzdem keinen Schal um, sondern einen riesigen Ausschnitt, weil ich
die Heizung angeschaltet habe. Genau. But there's yet another trick regarding the German sentence structure that I want to share with you today to make your life easier. It concerns auxiliary verbs. In the previous example, we talked about sentences containing one verb only. But what if there are two? I want to buy an umbrella. Sorry, I was looking outside the window while I was writing the script and it's really super cold and windy. In this case, many foreign speakers might say, ich möchte kaufen einen Regenschirm. But unfortunately, that's not how German native speakers would put it. Whenever you have a German sentence with an auxiliary verb and another verb, as soon as you add more information, the other verb moves to the very end of this sentence. In this case, möchten is the auxiliary verb and kaufen the other one. But since there's also an object, einen Regenschirm, you have to move kaufen to the very right. Then this sentence becomes, ich möchte einen Regenschirm kaufen. And that's correct. And yes, this still applies if you add way more information. What about, I definitely want to buy an umbrella today during my lunch break in the little supermarket next to the train station. Ich möchte heute während meiner Mittagspause auf jeden Fall in dem kleinen Supermarkt neben dem Bahnhof einen Regenschirm kaufen. I kid you not, that's how it is. Of course you could make several smaller sentences out of that. But if you decide to put it all into one grammatically correct one, that's what you end up with. So long story short, when there is an auxiliary verb such as haben, sein, wollen, können, müssen, dürfen, you get the point. In a main clause, move the other verb to the very end of the sentence. The last thing I want to mention are simple three-word phrases that you can use to express how you feel. Something like ich bin hungrig, ich bin krank, or ich bin glücklich. I am hungry, I'm ill, or I'm happy. Not that difficult, right? Well, yeah, if there weren't certain exceptions that are just plain evil. Most feelings can be expressed by using the person and the correct form of to be. Sein. Ich bin müde, sie ist müde, wir sind müde, ihr seid müde, and so on. But there are some where the personal pronoun has to be dative. Yep, dative.
Der Dativ.
So instead of ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie, you'll have to use one of these. Mir, dir, ihm, ihr, ihm, uns, euch, ihnen. And frankly, I understand that for foreigners, that's a pain in the ass. I'm afraid I cannot offer you a better trick rather than providing you with this list of personal pronouns. And, well, maybe this other one, containing expressions that require the dative version of them. Mir ist kalt, I'm cold. Mir ist warm, I'm warm. Mir ist langweilig, I'm bored. Whoa, mir ist schwindelig, I'm dizzy. Ugh, mir ist schlecht, I'm sick.
Yes! All of that, in this order, every time I watch a video of yours.
It sounds a bit funny, right? Like caveman language. Me is cold. Me is bored. But anyway, it's important. Believe me, you don't want to say ich bin heiß when you mean mir ist heiß. Because ich bin heiß literally means I'm hot, but only in the sense of I'm super sexy. These were 4 common mistakes that foreign speakers make in German and how you can easily avoid them. I hope that you had fun with this video, that you learned something new. If so, please leave a thumbs up because that would make me really happy. Please tell me in the comments whether you like me making this kind of video. You know, a more educational approach. I would gladly work on more. Now to all language learners, remember, don't be ashamed when you make mistakes. Keep trying and keep going. Do you want more Trixie? Then why not follow me on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook? And here is another video you should definitely check out as well. Subscribe to Don't Trust the Rabbit for more videos like this one, and if you want to support my channel even a bit more, then you can also find me on Patreon. I would really appreciate your help. Now I wish you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!